Alright, so I'm going to show you this ceiling fan here. You don't see it right now in the frame, but above me I have a light on up in the ceiling in my dining room here. I've always wanted to have a fan, so this is a fan and a light unboxing. So it's got these kind of plastic fan blades that have a wood grain pattern. It's a 43-inch diameter fan. Here's the instructional manual that comes with it. I looked through it a bit already and it seems fairly self-explanatory. You can also reach out to this company on Amazon directly. They have a link for customer support for installation, and they also have some additional videos to help you install this ceiling fan. Has a remote. I'll be showing you how that works. This is little electronics in there for probably communication that goes up in the light. Got some very small hardware for attaching the remote to the wall. But you can see, very nicely packaged in here. Oh, correction, this is the part I take apart. I just have to take these screws out to free this up that I can just then attach up into the ceiling. I have a very simple 2 wires in there, and I have one of these, a box that's mounted to the ceiling already, so it's going to make it really simple. So I'm going to show you how to get the next part ready. One thing that this has that's really nice, the quality of everything looks quite good, but I don't know if you can tell, but there's a metal hook built into that. And then on the motor itself, we have this cable, so I can just hook this loop up there on that hook, and then I don't have to worry about supporting the weight. So it's really smart. I really like that. So the next thing I actually do is put on the fan blades. So I got to take off all these mess of screws. And the fan blades are marked with up, so you know which way they go. The 5 blades on there. It spins real nice. Let's see what the next part of the instructions are. Got the blades on. Now we're going to get the LED light out of here, and I'm going to mount it to these 3 screws. There we go. Got a whole bunch of LEDs in there. It's been quite a long time since I've installed a ceiling light. I think I've installed a ceiling fan 1 time. This is easy. Like this, these instructions are quite good. This is a pretty dang easy process. There is quite a small plug here that you need to make sure your receptacle is in the same, kind of in the same spot as. So this is what I'm referring to here. We need to make sure we can plug into this little doodad. So I got the shroud on there. I got the light. I think I got it wired up. Hopefully, the plug was a little difficult. All right, like I said, we got this really great cable thing. So I can I know I don't need to worry too much about what the light's going to do. So the power connections are on this little communication device. Pretty cool. So it actually has there's this little white junction up in here. So instead of using the wire nuts, it actually has a set screw, and you can do each of your neutral, hot, and your ground through this little box up in there, which is really cool. Okay, have just a couple connections. So now I just need to bring the light up. I can get this to sit inside of the motor housing here. And I'm going to get my 2 tabs off of these screws that are partially in the side. So this was the hardest part. It was a little bit tough, the cable and the wires and that little communication unit, to get it all up in there and then the cable that was beneficial at one point ends up making it a little more difficult. All right, we got it up there. It took a little finagling to get that final light into place. That was probably the most difficult part. A little bit of a moment of truth. Everything is duplicated here in the app as you get on the remote. You go to it a little differently. This one, you click on the color temperature. I like the yellow, and I like to be able to bring the brightness way down, like that. You can do that same thing on the remote. You just have to go click this till you get to the yellow color and bring your light temperature down this way. For the fan, I'm going to use the remote here to turn on the fan speed. Just turn on one, you hear it click. And right in there you can set forward and back. You can set a timer on it. and you can do you can set an alarm on it. So the app is kind of nice. It's a little maybe a little easier to control, but everything is duplicated here on the remote as well, increasing the fan speed. You can see we're on number 1. Go to number 2. So there is a little bit of a lag between the remote and the app. I think you probably just find which one you like using best, but it's also nice to be able to have both functionality should you need it. So, but anyway, fan spins great, puts out a lot of air, and I think it looks good. So I think it's a great product.